Welcome to my Gentle Flow 1 class. This class is for anyone, especially those that are just beginning in yoga or coming back to yoga, or those that have trouble with a lot of strenuous poses. This class will get you moving and stretching and meditating and maybe warmed up some, but not put you into any uncomfortable poses, supposedly. But if you do feel uncomfortable in any pose or movement, or if you feel pain, then you need to come out of it. It's totally fine. You don't need to do everything that I'm doing. If something doesn't feel right, come out of it, come back, back to a comfortable place for your body and mind. You will need a strap at some point. You don't have to have a yoga strap. A belt, a sash, anything that's about 4 to 6 feet long that you can use is fine. So let's begin. Finding a comfortable place in your body and standing. Going to start with the breath. So let's inhale. The hands out wide, then all the way up to the top. Inhale deep, then exhale, hands are together. We're going to come down to heart center. We're going to inhale and open the front of the body up, bring the hands out wide, draw the elbows back. Exhale, bring the hands together. Let's do that 2 more times. Really inhaling deep, opening up the front of the body, opening up the heart. Exhale to bring it back in. Drawing inward, starting to engage the core a little with the exhales. Inhaling to open up. Exhaling to bring it back in. Let's inhale, bring the hands out and up again. Inhaling all the way to the top, hands together. And exhale. Let's bring the hands down through heart center. And release at the bottom. And just stand in Dandasana or mountain pose here for a few minutes. Let's focus on different parts of the body and what they should be doing. Always remembering to breathe. Definitely breathing. That is the most important element. It's something that we cannot live without. So your feet at a comfortable Tadasana like this should be comfortable, but you should definitely feel support and stability in your feet and legs. Your knees should be soft, not locked or strained. You should definitely feel your breath. Starting to inhale into your posture. Let your posture lift. Get a little taller in the torso and the back. Let your inhales bring extension into the inside of the body, into the back, and up through the crown of your head. Let your exhales release things from your body that you don't need. Starting to draw the core in, draw the navel into the spine. Starting to engage this area. So inhale finds extension or brings extension. Exhaling brings release and withdrawal. Inhale the hands all the way up to the top. This time we're keeping that right hand pointed towards the sky. We're going to exhale the left hand down. Let that shoulder and arm fall away from the ear. Inhale, fingertips come towards the sky, maybe getting closer. And as you exhale, keeping the lower body stable, or stretching the upper body over towards that other side. Right hand going to the left side. Inhale, that hand comes up. Reach up for the sky again. Exhale to reach over. Maybe look up at your hand, if that's comfortable in your neck. Inhale up. Exhale to reach. Remembering to engage that core. Inhale up. Finding extension, finding length in the body. Then exhaling, that hand's going to come down and rest by your side. We're going to inhale and bring that left hand up to the sky. Fingertips pointing towards the sky. Bringing that long straight line in the body. Then exhale to reach that left hand over towards that right side. Remembering to keep that stability in the legs, the hips, the feet. Inhale, bring that hand up. Exhale to find that reach, that stretch in the outer body here on the side. Engaging the core, looking up at the hand. Inhale up. And exhale to reach. Inhale up. And let's exhale that hand down. Inhale the hands up together. The top. Exhale down. Pressing those hands together. Feel a little sensation there, a little more sensation. Bring that down to the heart. And then exhale all the way down to the bottom. Rotating the arms outward here. Palms out. Arms are just straight but relaxed. We're going to inhale and lift the heart. As you exhale, keeping the trunk stationary, twisting the upper body to the left. We're going to inhale back to the front. Exhale to twist the body to the right. Remembering to keep the legs and knees pointed towards the front of the mat if possible. Inhale, back to the front. Exhale to the left again. Inhale back to front. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to front. One more set. Exhaling to the left. Inhale back to front. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to front. And exhale to release. Let's inhale the hands up. Exhale, pressing those hands together, exhaling down to heart center. We're going to stop here. Pressing those hands in, pressing the wrists towards each other. Let's take a deep inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, we're going to gently come towards a squat. So keeping those hands at heart center, coming down, then forward, gently and gradually. We're going to release down, bring the hands to the mat. We're going to straighten the legs and inhale up into flat back. Keeping the fingertips or hands on the mat, or if you can't reach the mat, you can find blocks or books to place your hands on here to find that distance. So whether your hands are on blocks or books or on the mat, fingertips or hands on the mat. I'm going to lift the head so that we have flat back here, Ardha Uttanasana, or a half forward bend. Inhaling. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw the belly inward, engaging the core here as you fold forward towards your legs. Finding Uttanasana or forward bend. Coming as close to your legs as comfortable for your body. And just keeping your hands on the props or the mat. Taking a few breaths here. Keeping the legs straight. On your next inhale, we're going to bend the knees slightly. Take the hands off the mat and start to press through the feet. Gently rolling up through the spine here. Gently pressing up to the crown of the head. Let's inhale, hands all the way up again. This time, palms are going to face out, backs of the hands together. As we exhale, coming towards that squat again, but bringing the hands out wide as we come down. Coming back into that Ardha Uttanasana. Hands to the mat or props, straightening the legs. Inhale into flat back. Exhale, bringing the belly in, coming towards that forward bend, coming as close to the legs as you can. And in this forward bend, you can keep your hands on the mat or props. Or you can bring your hands inside the elbows or clasping the elbows and just let your upper body hang here if that's comfortable for you. Letting the head hang neutrally, the arms, shoulders. Just hang here, provide some gravitational deepening of this forward bend. For a couple of breaths, keep breathing. Remember to breathe. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, release your hands to the mat and walk your hands out towards the front of the mat. Coming up onto your toes, and then flexing the toes back here on the mat. We're going to bring the knees down towards the mat. Finding whatever comfortable way you have to get there. It's going to come into tabletop. Flat back. Your hands are going to be below your shoulders. Your knees are going to be below your hips in tabletop. And just remembering to breathe. We're going to come around in some circles. So you can flex your tailbone up and down here to find some more hip and lower spine movement and flexing. You can just bring your flat back around in some circles. Start to really feel the joints, all different kinds of joints in your body. Just starting to get flexed and moved around and rotated. So let's go back in the other direction. And if you have trouble here on your wrists, try pressing into the fingers more. And if you have trouble with that, you can play around and find different hand variations that feel better. Some people prefer to be on their wrist or their fists for a while, or have your fingers bent with palms on the floor. You can try different variations that might work better for your hands and wrists if you have some complications there. So finishing those body circles, we're going to come back to tabletop for some cat-cows. Hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Toes are tucked if possible. So when we go into our cow-cats or Chaturanga, we're going to inhale. You're going to drop the belly low. You're going to lift the chin. Pull your head up away from your shoulders very gently, not straining. Just finding a little sensation here as we come into this cow belly. Pressing through the fingers into the mat. As you exhale, your back is going to round up to the sky into cat. Drawing the belly up, drawing the navel up to the spine. Dropping that gaze towards your belly or towards your chest. Tucking the tailbone under. Inhaling back into that cow belly, dropping the belly low, lifting the head up. Lifting the tailbone up. Exhaling, dropping the chin towards the chest, drawing that navel up, rounding the back up to the sky. Pressing through the fingertips here, maybe feeling the shoulder blades separate in the back. Feeling that sensation there. Tucking the tailbone under. Again, inhaling into that cow belly. Pressing through the fingers. Belly drops. Tailbone lifts, head lifts. Let's exhale, rounding that cat back up again. Inhale, cow belly. Exhale, round that cat back up again. Draw the belly up. Let's inhale, come back to tabletop. We're going to bring the knees together. Feet are close together. Toes are still tucked, if that's comfortable. We're going to drop the hips to heels here. Walk the hands up towards the body. And come up to seated. So you're basically sitting or close to sitting on your backs of your ankles or your heels right here. Your toes should be tucked, but if they become uncomfortable at any time, you can come onto the tops of your feet. We're going to inhale the hands up. Exhale to heart center. And this is Bashasana, hero pose, variation. Let's inhale the hands out wide. Exhale back together. We're going to inhale. Bring the hands out wide and up to the top again. Let's hold a little space between our hands here. And find a back bend as we exhale. Just a gentle back bend. Only to your own level, your own depth that you can find in your body, what you feel is right. We're going to inhale, come back up. Reaching for the sky, getting taller here in our upper body. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring those fingertips back and touch our shoulder blades and lift the heart. Just find an inhale here, lifting the heart. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring those hands back up and down to heart center. Let's take an inhale here, lift the heart, feel that breath coming in. And then as you exhale, we're going to lean forward. Bring the hands to the mat. Let's walk the hands out here. And your toes can come untucked or stay tucked. We're going to bring the hips to heels, keeping the hands on the front of the mat. We're going to come into Bashasana or child's pose. Finding your own variation, your own depth here. You can keep your hands extended, or you can bring your elbows below your shoulder blades, and if this is more comfortable for you. And just let your head hang here. Or you can go a little deeper. Bring your hands below your forehead, stacked, and rest your forehead on your hands. A little more deeper sensation in this child's pose. If you can go deeper, you can extend the arms outstretched in front of you. Keeping your hips above your heels though. Trying to rest them on your heels, your bottom on your heels. And bring the forehead to the mat. Just letting the arms outstretch and then rest.
As you inhale, you'll lift up a little, walk the hands towards the body as we roll up through the spine.
Coming back up to Bashasana. Inhale the hands up. Exhale down to heart center. And release. Going to bring the hands out to the front of the mat again.
We're going to inhale. We're going to lift the knees off the mat. If you need to keep them on the mat, that's fine. We're going to step the feet back to the very back of the mat.
So we're going to come into plank. We want a long, straight plank body, toes tucked, extending through the heels here, drawing the navel up to the spine, finding the hands below the shoulder blades. This is a strong pose. Let's take a breath here if possible. Another deep inhale. As you exhale, we're going to come to Chaturanga. Elbows tucked into the sides here. And then come down to the mat. Tops of the feet to the mat. We're going to inhale and press up into up dog. Pressing through the fingers. Bringing the upper body. And then maybe the lower body, if that's available to your body, off the mat. Keeping the feet on the mat and the hands. Keeping the body stable here. And then as you exhale, you can drop the knees and tuck the toes. And press your hips up and back into down dog. So in down dog, you want to be pressing through the hands, through the fingers, pressing that heart towards the floor and back, finding this length in your back and arms. The collar should be out wide. Maybe the arms rotate out slightly. The heels should be pressing towards the mat or the ground, out behind the middle toes. So trying to keep those feet parallel. Maybe tucking the tailbone under so the front of the body zips up and finds that engagement in the core, bringing the navel up towards the spine. And if you need to come out of this at any time, you can go right back into child's pose for a rest. We're going to take a few more breaths here. On your next inhale, you're going to walk the hands up and drop the heels to the floor, the mat. Exhale, finding a forward bend. We're going to inhale, bend the knees, press through those feet, gently roll up through the spine here to the crown of the head, bringing the hands up to the top of that inhale, reaching for the sky. Let's exhale down to heart center. Inhale out wide. Exhale, hands together. Let's take an inhale up again. This time, bringing the palms out wide, exhaling, bending the knees, coming towards that squat, and then coming back down, hands to the mat. We're going to inhale into flat back. Exhale to fold forward again. Maybe finding depth. Maybe the upper body comes closer to your legs, if that's comfortable. You can press through the fingertips here, having your hands in front of your feet. Like you're trying to press the mat forward away from your feet. You're finding more extension here, more
strengthening in this, more engagement, that's a better word, more engagement in this forward bend. So pressing those heels downward, pressing the four corners of the feet into the mat, pressing the fingertips in the mat and pushing away from your feet. You should feel a lot of engagement in this forward bend. Just letting your head hang though. You can nod it yes and no a few times. Feel a little neck release. And then just let it hang neutrally. And on your next inhale, we're going to walk the hands out to the front of the mat. Bringing that body forward, coming into that strong plank again, where the hands are below the shoulders. Feet are hip distance apart, heels pressing back, extending back. Inhaling into this straight, strong plank body. Exhaling to lower down. Tops of the feet to the mat, inhaling into up dog. Exhaling to lower down gently. Again, inhaling, pressing up into up dog. Exhale to lower. One more time, inhale, press up into up dog. See how much of your body you can get off the mat. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale. Let's cross the ankles here. Press up like we're going into up dog again. But stay, keep your knees on the mat, bring your hips up and back towards your crossed ankles. And roll over onto your seat. So making sure you have your strap or sash, I have a sash, handy. And a comfortable seat, maybe roll around a little bit, scoot around, make sure your bottoms are really fastened to the mat here. We'll start with Dandasana, so just put the strap around the bottoms of your feet are side by side. You're going to inhale, you're going to drop the shoulders away from the ears here. And you're just finding a good pose here, good posture. So you're sitting up in your back. Find some lengthening on your inhales with your posture here. Withdrawing the belly in on your exhales. Trying to find kind of a 90-degree angle with the legs and the upper body here. For a few breaths. On your next inhale, we're going to release the right foot out of the strap or sash. I'm just going to say strap. We're going to bring that right foot to the inside of the left thigh. So bending that right knee, bringing that foot in. We're just going to let that sit there. We're going to work with this leg. So we're going to inhale, lift the heart again, shoulders down away from the ears. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw that navel in, engage that core. And then fold forward, hinging at the hips here. Coming closer to that foot, closer to that leg. Only coming to your own depth. If you come forward just a little ways, and that's where you get to, and that's as far as you can go, that's fine. If you come, more halfway or closer, that's great. If you find it in your body to release the strap and just grab your foot here, then that's fantastic. You find your own comfortable place in your body. All of our bodies are different. You don't have to keep up with someone else. It's about your body, not someone else's body. It's about what you're doing for you. You know what your body feels like. So making sure you're watching out for your back here. Keeping the back as flat as you can over your leg here. Your upper body's over your leg. Or as close as you can get. Just remembering to breathe. Dandasana, or one-footed staff pose. On your next inhale, you're going to release the foot. You're going to gently walk the hands up the leg so that you're gently coming up through that spine. And come back up to seated. And then as you exhale, going to bring that straight leg bent around behind you. So you're going to kind of come forward onto that front bent leg. Front bent leg. Bring the left leg out behind you. So you can come into deer where it's more bent out beside you on the inside of the knee. If you can find it in your body, to come into Bashasana or pigeon. You're going to be on the top of the knee, leg extended out behind you straight. About finding what your body is capable of today, and it might be different tomorrow. So finding that bent leg pose, or front bent leg, straight leg up behind you. We're going to inhale and lift the heart, lift the head. And then as you exhale, we're going to look to the left, maybe a little twist. Look to the right with a little twist. And then come down to your forearms here. And let your head hang. If you want a little more, or can find a little more in your body, you can extend your arms like out in front of you like child's pose. And come down to your forehead. Remembering to breathe. Remembering that if any time the pose is uncomfortable, come out of it. Just come to a child's pose, that's fine. Or the last pose you were doing. So on our next inhale, we're going to gently walk the hands up, lifting the upper body. Bring that leg out behind you, back around in front of you. So we're going to extend the right leg out, that one that's been bent in front of us for a while. Bring that out straight. Bringing that left foot into the inner thigh. Going to strap that right foot. Same thing, other side. Finding your support, your seat and mat. Inhaling to lift the heart. Shoulders drop away from the ears. And taking a few breaths here. Finding that extension up through the spine. That taller posture. Bringing the crown up towards the sky. Finding that 90-degree angle between the upper body and extended leg. And your next inhale, Inhale deep, lift the heart. And as you exhale, folding gently over that leg. Drawing the belly in to maybe come closer to the leg, remembering to hinge at the hips. And find your own depth in this bend. On your next inhale, walking the hands up the leg. Coming back up to seated. Exhale, bring that leg around, bent by your side. On the inside of the knee, bent out behind you. You can see that. Or coming up onto the top of the knee if you find that in your body. I have a little bit of a room issue here, space issue. So finding the hands on the mat or the fingertips can be on the mat. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale to twist to the right, look over to the right, and twist to the left. And come down onto the forearms or arms extended. You can come down to the forehead. Just remember to breathe. Always remembering to breathe. On your next inhale, bringing the hands, lifting the body, walking the hands up, bringing that leg around. To come into Bashasana, butterfly. So bringing the bottoms of the feet together, letting the knees fall out wide, grabbing the wrists here in a gentle grip. We're going to inhale, lift the heart, lift the chin to the sky. Exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale to find that posture again, lifting the heart. This time as you exhale, you're going to gently come forward, rotating the hips forward, hinging at the hips, rotating the pelvis forward, bringing the heart forward, finding your own depth. Your elbows can press into the legs to find some more stretch there in the legs, a little more hip opening and leg opening. Take a deep breath here at this half bend. And then as you exhale, if you need to stay here, that's fine. You can bring your forearms to the mat. And just let your head fall forward and rest. If you want more depth, take another deep inhale. And hinging at the hips, bringing the arms out, exhaling, coming forward for more depth in this butterfly forward bend. Remembering to breathe. So on your next inhale, you can gently start to rise up. Walk your hands up to the body. Rise up through the spine to the crown of the head. Take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, let's grab the knees and just bring them in together with bent legs in front of us. Draw the feet close to the bottom. You can lift them up and just bring them back. Come back down. We're going to wrap the arms or hands around the legs. Take a deep inhale here and lift the heart, the chin. And then as you exhale, we're just going to let the head gently fall forward. Take a few breaths here. Trying to keep the back flat and forward towards the legs, but letting the head hang neutrally. And as you inhale, feel the compression on your abdomen. It's very good for the abdomen, the organs inside the abdomen. And on your exhales, maybe draw in a little tighter, if that's comfortable. On those inhales, also feel that expansion into your back provided by the breath coming into your lungs. Your exhales bring you in tighter. Maybe sitting up a little taller, a little straighter in your back, in the front of your body, coming closer to your legs. Maybe pressing into your legs. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to release. Bring your feet out a little ways. Bottom should be in the center of the mat. We're going to let the palms face the sky here, bringing the arms out in front of us. Keeping the knees together. Take an inhale here and lift the heart. And then as you exhale, we're going to draw the belly in, engage the core, and roll down gently, a little at a time, to the back. Relax onto the floor. Make sure you have your strap handy. Always keep that beside you. So we're going to bring the feet to the sky in the strap. So put strap around the bottoms of the feet, keeping the feet side by side. We're going to find that same Dandasana shape, but on our backs. Sutta Dandasana. Remembering to breathe here. We're just going to hold this for a few breaths. So our body starts to go into that absorption phase where we're starting to rest, and we can absorb the benefits of the movement we've done, the energy movement, the body movement, the heat building, the stretching, the breathing. Things start to come back together here. Legs start coming back into the sockets. On your last couple of breaths, if you choose, you can pull your feet further back towards the back wall over your head. Find a little bit of a forward bend here. Let's take a deep inhale. Release the strap. Drop the feet to the mat, keeping the knees bent. Exhaling. We're going to let the arms come down by our sides and roll side to side a little bit and scoot your arms kind of up under the sides of your body here, kind of like they're for support. Walk the feet closer to the bottom. Feet should be together or slightly apart. So as we inhale, you're going to inhale and lift the hips up, just gently, a little at a time, gradually coming up into bridge. We're trying to keep the knees together here. Trying to get as much of the back off the mat as possible, pressing the belly upward, the hips upward. And if you need to come down with an exhale, that's fine, and come back up with an inhale. Or you can hold here, maybe scoot your feet back even further, maybe touch or grab your ankles with your fingertips, if that's comfortable for your body. Back should be off the floor, but shoulder blades on, or shoulders on the floor. Watching out for the neck here. You can rock your head side to side a little, if that needs to happen, to make you more comfortable in your neck. Pressing the belly up. Like I said, if you need to gently roll down to the mat at any time, that's fine. On this last inhale, let's see if we can lift a little higher, press into the feet a little more. And then, like I said, as you exhale, gently release a little at a time, back down to the mat, ending at the tailbone. Okay, we're going to keep the feet together. Let the knees fall out wide. Find a Supta, Bashasana, or butterfly reclined. Bring the arms out like wings here. Or if you have space, you can interlace your fingers and press your palms out towards the back wall and extend your arms out straight. If your arms are out like wings, you can have your palms facing up. Just take a few breaths here. So on your next inhale, we're going to grab the legs, gently bring the knees together. Let's bring the arms back out like wings. Let's take a deep inhale here, knees at the top. As you exhale, we're going to let those knees fall over to the left side. And we're going to look out over our right extended arm. We're going to inhale back to center, knees and head. Exhale, knees are going to fall to the right. We're going to look out over the left extended arm, the opposite arm. Inhale to come back to center. Exhaling to look out over the right arm, drop the knees to the left. Inhale to come back to center. Exhale, twisting, knees fall to the right, looking in the opposite direction. Inhale to come back to center. One more set, exhaling, knees fall to the left, looking out over the right arm here. And if you want to go a little deeper, you can extend that top leg out to bring that more twist in the body, remembering to keep the shoulder blades on the mat. Maybe your hips are stacked here, right hip above the left hip. Let's take a couple breaths here. And on your next inhale, let's bend that top leg if it's straight and come back to center. And then exhaling, dropping the knees to the right, looking out over that left arm, and if you choose, extending that top leg straight, so find more twist in the body, keeping the shoulder blades on the mat. Maybe that left hip is stacked on top of that right hip above you. Remembering to breathe. And on your next inhale, bending that leg back in, coming back to center. Body in the center of the mat. Let's extend the legs out together, but straight onto the mat here. And if you can, interlace your fingers again. Bring your palms out towards that back wall, extending your arms out straight behind you, out behind your head, towards the wall. And find a stretch here, maybe pointing the toes and then flexing them back. And some stretch here in the body. See what the body feels like now. When you're ready, let's bring the arms out like wings and just relax them onto the ground. Let the ground support you. And spread the legs out with the feet outside the mat. And just let the legs fall open, relaxed. And close your eyes here. Feel the floor or the ground support you so that you may just relax, rest. Take a deep inhale and fill your body completely. And an even deeper exhale, completely emptying your body and drawing inward. And as you return to your normal breath, feeling what your body feels like, feeling what your breath feels like, letting your inhales bring in that life force, that prana. And your exhales release waste from your body, from your mind. Letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Letting go of any extra tensions you may be holding on to. And just trying to completely relax and find rest here in Shavasana. And absorb the benefits from the practice you've done. And feel gratitude to yourself for taking this time for healing, for self-care. And when you feel like you need to get moving again, when you become ready, start to wiggle your fingers and toes, rock your body side to side, and start to feel that movement come back. And you can roll onto one side or the other if that feels good, and just rest in the fetal position for
for a moment, resting on your side. When you're ready to gently press yourself up, find your seated position, your own comfortable seated position. You can be in normal crisscross here. You can stack your legs. You can have one leg in front of the other. Wherever feels good for you. You can bring your feet a little closer in. If that's comfortable, let's inhale the hands up. Let's exhale down to heart center. Remembering to find that posture in the back. Let's inhale the hands out wide. Exhale to come back in. Thank you for watching this video and letting me share this practice with you today. Hope that you find comfort and benefit in it. May you have focus, balance, and peace within you. I appreciate you. Namaste.